Well, happy weekend, everybody. Yeah, big Friday here at our Loosey Goosey show. Once again, bringing it to you from our home studio as we are in lockdown now, once again, here in Ontario. And of course, Leah Lywood, Big Daddy Russ Horton, myself, Lee Lakin, and bringing you all your local news from the week of April, whatever. It's April 9th today, right?
April 9th. You gotta ask the gal. She's the one that knows.
Right. April
Leah knows everything.
9th? Okay. She was so nice when she said it to me, though. Like,
Leah is the mother. Leah is the mother owl.
Oh my God! That just about came out her nose. That just about came out her nose. Good thing she had her mask on.
It's a good thing that the folks out there can only see us, because if they could see over the camera mount here, there's a gal, very cute little gal sitting there with a parrot on her shoulder.
Yeah.
And I said, "You look like a pirate." She said, "Why?" I'm going, "Well, you got both your legs. I'll leave your imagination to figure out the rest."
Yeah.
But there's Pearl on the shoulder of
saying
of
hello.
our own Leah, and we've got to get her a little T-shirt. You know what I mean? Pearl.
Yeah, we got to get her a Leaf shirt.
Yeah,
we both got our shirts on today.
Yes, we do. Yeah,
you know, the boys in blue are doing really well, and we're loving what the Leafs are doing right now. And yes, even Leah's got her Toronto shirt on.
Yeah, she's got a Toronto shirt.
So yeah, everybody's supporting the. You know, they got the Jays playing, they got the Raptors playing, they got the Leafs playing, you got everybody playing right now, and the Leafs playing really well.
All this noise about Springer, and he hasn't even played a game yet in the regular season because he's injured.
Yeah,
injured doing what? Doing what?
Golfing.
Golfing, probably.
All right, today's show, as you know, we've been trying to support as many restaurants as we can across the Halton Hills area.
It's all restaurants at the moment.
It's all restaurants at the moment. They're the ones really being hit at this point. Please order from your favorite restaurants. A lot of them doing really good specials going on, including our friends at the Red Harp. They're at 137 Mill Street in Acton. They do have takeout. You can call, get your order in right away. The food there is absolutely dynamite. 519-853-4147. Support your local restaurants, and we ask you, please, you know, we understand skip the dishes and all this and that. You know what? It's beautiful weather outside. Go for a walk and pick up your dinner yourself, or go for a quick drive and get your dinner yourself, and let these restaurants make as much money as they can right now.
Exactly. And I love Samantha. Samantha's the kind of gal you just want to go over and hug.
Oh,
but
yeah.
You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, you can't even do that anymore. So,
but I love the Red Heart.
And a great crew over there, just a great bunch of people. Don't get us wrong, we love all of our restaurants
and the community,
in the area.
the community really get behind the Red Harp, as they do. And I've noticed that the community is getting behind all the establishments.
They are actually,
and
it's very cool to see.
Exactly.
Symposium.
Yeah.
Appellation.
You know, you've got the George. You've got Tanner's also in Acton. There's just a lot of really good restaurants around. The Clay Oven's another great one in Acton there.
There's so many.
The food there is.
We got some great restaurants around here.
We do actually.
Think about it. You know, Chinese restaurants too.
Support your local restaurants.
Hungry Hollow.
Yeah.
Mikey.
Yeah.
Mikey.
So don't forget their number, 519-853-4147. Give Sam and her crew a call and order your favorite dish today from the Red Harp.
And we're brought to you, the major news stories are brought to you by Max Tires and Auto Repairs. I guess it's about time that you should really get your snows off.
I think if we got snow right now, it wouldn't last very long.
905-873-9255, and they have licensed mechanics, and don't you forget it. And the best deals on tires, not only in town, in southern Ontario. That is Max Tires.
Getting bold now, are we?
Yes, we are.
All right. Right on.
And a very busy place. And of course, to the guys over at Fred's Towing and Easy Taxi, a big hello. And remember, when you see anyone on the side of the road involved with ambulance or police, Fred's Towing is there as well. Please proceed with caution and don't go booting through accidents.
Slow down, move over.
These are our friends standing on the side of the road there.
Friends, family members, whatever, but move over.
Since 1958, baby. Fred's Towing.
We got a lot of news, man.
Gotta call Fred's. So now, the big news, I guess, is of Friday, April the 9th. 166 new cases in Halton. It just keeps going up and up.
166, you said.
166 new cases in one day. It was 100 and something yesterday. Milton is leading the way.
Ooh.
Just a barn fire down there. 66.
Barn fire.
Well,
That's a beauty term.
It
dude.
usually is.
That's a beauty term, though.
blame me for growing up with Irv Weinstein.
Yeah.
He had all those long words, you know what I mean? Especially when he was talking about fires, which we'll get to later. But anyway, so it's a big problem right now. We have Oakville with 42, Burlington with 35, and Halton Hills with 20. And variant numbers for today, 1,227. It's,
Yeah,
and
that's the concern I'm getting.
the
Like
variants are the problem now.
Yeah,
they're the
they're-
one that we're getting vaccinated, but now the variants are taking over. And it's just like a bad movie, as I keep saying. And also, now, effective immediately, no visitors. No visitors will be allowed in any of the Halton hospitals. And zero tolerance on this.
I'm not surprised at that.
And that
Yeah.
includes Georgetown Hospital here in Georgetown, Oakville Hospital, the major hospital in Halton, and Milton Hospital as well. You're not allowed any visitors
I'm not
at all.
shocked. That's a wise move, really. You don't want them there. I don't want to go there. If I don't have to, I don't want to go.
They had that back months ago,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
back. And
A good friend of
so it should
mine, the last lockdown, a good friend of mine was in the hospital at the time, and we couldn't go in and see him. So
It's just understandable right
Yeah,
now. and
absolutely.
Especially, Georgetown's just got rid of their scare.
Yeah.
They had a COVID outbreak there, and now it's over with. So everybody's locking down, and
yeah,
they're talking about having to decide who lives and who dies in some areas of the world. You know what I mean? And that's scary.
well, when you really look at it in a bigger perspective, you look at some of these other countries and what they're going through and how many infections you're seeing.
It's happening here too, though. Right
thousands
now.
and thousands and
we're up
thousands. We're ahead of the curve, at least worldwide, but still doesn't excuse. We've all talked about it even today before we were recording this that. We're in lockdown, but you're still seeing a lot of traffic out there, and you're still
Well, there's
seeing
a lot of people going nowhere. that's for
nowhere.
Sure.
We don't know where they're going. We're not sure, but
probably work, I guess. But
But-
times of the day, 4 or 5 o'clock, you kind of hope that's what it is.
well,
It's-
usually
it's
it usually is.
work,
It's usually
right?
people coming and going from work. But when you're seeing it at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're kind of going, "What? Where's everybody going?" But the golf courses are open, so that's good, I guess.
yeah. The Ontario Fire Marshal is in Georgetown.
Yes.
And
Once again.
fire that you were driving somewhere. Was it Thursday night? And you mentioned to me that there was a big
Yep.
fire in Georgetown South.
Georgetown South.
And sure enough, there was. But Ontario Fire Marshal is investigating, let's just say that, cause of a home fire on Chaplin Crescent, which is just off of Eaton
Yeah.
Crescent, Road or Avenue or whatever it is there. And that was on the night of April the 8th, so it would be the Thursday night.
Thursday night. Yeah.
25 firefighters attended the fire, and thank God it was contained to one home, and no one was injured.
Yeah,
So,
everybody got out safe. But still, it's tragic to not just lose your home, but lose your memories in the home.
Exactly, and they're homeless now too.
Well,
Yeah.
that would be my biggest fear. Is I have so much from both my parents and grandparents passing
Yeah.
that I can't replace. It would be
Yeah.
devastating.
That to me, okay, everybody got out safe. That is a massive plus. But to lose those memories and then lose your home, like you say, too, to be homeless at this point. So I do believe they're doing a GoFundMe page, I think.
Another one, yeah.
Yeah, I
So
think
many problems.
So many issues. And again, people are starting to run out of money, and that can be an issue, too. This was a cool story. They're taking technology now, and especially this time of the year, so many people are out riding their bikes. Halton Police have put together a new partnership aimed at combating bicycle theft here in the Halton region. Officers are asking residents to download an app created by 529 Garage. That's like garage where you park your bike or your car or whatever. Using the app, the bike owner is able to register their bike so that even if it's ever stolen and gone missing, the owner can trigger an alert that will be sent to other cyclists and bike shops in the entire 529 Garage network. So yeah, you know, it's
good.
a lot of bikes get stolen.
I do.
It's incredible how many bikes get stolen. Like you guys worked on.
That's how Hayden's rebicycling. That's how it got started. It was Hayden's idea that he wanted to be able to help other kids that either can't afford, need a bike, or had theirs stolen.
Yeah. You know, and it's you know, an ongoing issue. So that is it's an app you can download for all you cyclists out there who are not really my friends, but we love you anyway. 529 Garage is what the app is called, and it'll register your bike with a network. And
especially the ones on the 5 side road at the curve there. Give us a bit of the room there. You know what I mean?
It's,
That's another show.
Yeah, that's a whole other show for me, because I might get into saying something I shouldn't.
Now, of course,
Mr. Big Mouth might come alive
No,
again.
we're not that loosey goosey.
No, we're not that loosey goosey. So
the big story from hell this week, I guess, is the Ontario Premier.
you're talking about Doug Ford.
Doug Ford.
Oh, okay.
Poor old Dougie. Ontario Premier Doug Ford on Wednesday declared a state of emergency across Ontario. Why are we laughing? Including us here in Halton Region, of course. Shitting. And stay-at-home order will be placed for residents because of the extremely serious spread of COVID-19. This is the second time that Ontario has gone into a state of emergency. The first one here in Halton lasted well over a month, and we're right in the middle of, well, not in the middle, or at the beginning of another one. Here we go.
And actually, Georgetown, Acton actually are not bad in numbers. It really, because we're lumped into the Halton region and connected to the
not just that.
Areas,
We're lumped into the GTA too as well. So as soon as those numbers go up in Toronto and Peel, which they always do,
they're first.
you know, it's like the kid that, you know, didn't bring enough bubble gum to class for the whole class, so he had to spit it out. Well, everybody suffers for one, I guess.
Well, numbers were not good across Ontario because they were over 4,000. If the counts are right, today it was up over 4,000.
We are in the same bubble. We work together in the same bubble. This is why we don't have masks. So we'll get that out there right now. I was going to do something else, but that's again for another show.
Another time.
A number of zero tolerance workplace safety inspections will be happening in areas and regions hardest hit by COVID-19, with warehouses, food processors, and manufacturers in Peel and Halton regions targeted. And then it carries on Saturday with big box stores in the same location. The Ontario government issued this on Thursday. Again, doing something a little late, I think, coming late to the party with something like this. This should have been done a while ago, I think. But
all these folks have mustaches, of course, and you know, you do what they say. And you know, what's going on, guys?
I don't know.
Okay, so what are they going to do exactly? What does this mean?
Well, I guess they go in and inspect, like, because, well, you had that big shutdown at Amazon. You had the big one at the post office in Mississauga there, the depot.
Well, everything's roped off. You go into Walmart, you can buy food. That's about it.
Is it? Yeah.
They all are. They're all marked down now. And the thing is, it's not even just, even if you slip past where it's cordoned off, you go up to the register, you can't pay. They actually have the registers. I know there was a woman on one of our pages saying she went to Dollarama and her daughter was able to kind of grab something in an area that wasn't food related and got up there and they said, sorry, we can't ring it through. It's not necessity. So they actually have a lot of the cash registers in all of these stores now. Even if you managed to grab a little something that's of non-necessity, you still can't ring it in. And some of them, if I remember correctly, they also have the self-checkout shut down.
So don't sneak
over the aisle.
I saw
something about that one,
don't sneak over the aisle and try and grab something you're not. You won't be able to buy it anyway.
The Gestapo will get you.
That's right. Do you have your papers?
Yes, you have your papers.
Papers. I can't wait to go down to Young's Pharmacy and get inoculated.
Got a couple pharmacies now doing it, I guess. Eh?
Yeah, and I just can't wait to, you know, if you have your papers, Mr. Halton, roll up your sleeve.
I'm going to stick you with this.
It's like a bad movie, really.
It's a bad movie.
We're not making light of it, but we are making light of it.
If you can't,
you gotta have fun.
The only other way to go is to get mad at it. So what's the point? What's the point in that?
Well, you know, I mean,
There's no point. Man, anger's just such a wasted emotion.
Remember when you used to go out on a date and you used to be able to kiss a girl or blow
No.
out on a birthday cake, blow out the candles and then eat the cake?
Yeah.
Whatever happened to those days?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Now you gotta
holding
bring-
a senior's hand,
Now you got to bring an air.
hugging your mom.
Oh, yeah.
God, you know what I mean? Like things that we took for granted. That
Getting
I
naked
dare
and rubbing mud all over your body.
That's right.
Stuff,
And listening to
things
li-
like that.
Speaking of getting naked, listening to live music.
Oh.
Of course,
I
it's
get
something
naked
that,
when I listen to live music.
but,
So yeah.
it's something that I miss.
Yeah. Oh,
I miss having
miss live music so
having
much,
a beer or a Coke and a cheeseburger with somebody I love dearly and watching a live band or talking about and leaning over into them and talking. What's happened with those days? It's just gone. And
They'll be back.
will they
You
ever
just
come
gotta
back?
Stay on that
Now,
note. They'll be back.
the big problem right now is the
I'll
variants.
be back.
The big problem is the variants now.
Yeah.
That's what we got to take. And if you, this will make you maybe help you understand the variants because I'm still confused about it, and many people are. In a recent video report, Dr. Hamada Magani, hardest working woman in the world, Halton's medical officer of health, mentioned that the third wave of the pandemic is driven by the spread of these new variants of concern, which are even more infectious than anything we've experienced in waves 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And, COVID 1 and COVID 2. This movie is COVID 3.
Yeah.
And biggest seller
It's a
so
sequel.
far.
It's
The
sequel.
triquel.
Now, this has led to a dramatic increase in both cases and the risk of hospitalization, of course, she stated, while urging people to stay at home except for essential matters. Summer is right around the corner, she says, and this next stretch is vital, helping us get closer to the chance of more normal summer and fall. And of course, a few hours after she said that, Premier Ford put us into the lockdown. So there you go. So it's the variants of concern that are now the big problem.
It's always been that problem there. It's just becoming more and more to light, I think, more than anything right now, just because we're getting more and more of the variant cases, right? So
Yeah, and it's, it puts people in intensive care, this one.
and this one and the variants, from what I'm hearing, actually just really kicks the bleep out of you.
Yeah.
And it's affecting younger age groups
well,
now
it's-
much
this is
more
it.
than the other ones.
Well, I think it's hitting the younger age groups because that's where it's being circulated around. You're not getting those variants so much in the nursing homes because, let's put it this way, 20-year-olds aren't going to visit grandma in the nursing home very often.
No, but they're spreading
It's-
it. That's the
they're
problem.
spreading it, but
with
they're just-
that going on, right?
They're not hitting that seniors market the same way. There's enough distance between the age groups. But anyway, yeah, it's and like the kids next week, they're off next week. Next week is April break instead of March break next week. And Burlington MPP Jane McKenna has asked Halton Public Health to take advantage of the upcoming spring break to vaccinate the teachers. I think this is the perfect time to make sure that they're, because again, you and I have talked about this. Why are the frontline people, the people that work in retail, the teachers, the school bus drivers, taxi drivers, people that are out there every single day should be vaccinated right away. Right away. 80-year-old people are not going out into the public all the time. They're not. And a lot of them are in nursing homes getting vaccinated anyway. So yeah, we need to speed this process up a little bit.
Well, 1 in 4 Americans are now vaccinated. Did you know that?
Oh yeah, I heard.
One
I saw the clip with Trudeau today, and the states is.
And did you notice about Biden
Crazy.
in the first part of his presidency?
Sorry.
Nothing's going
Oh,
on.
Biden.
It's very quiet the way it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, it's very quiet down there.
Thought I'd mention that.
With Ontario moved into phase 2 of her province-wide vaccination effort, McKenna stated in a letter for Dr. Hamada Magani, there you go, Halton's medical officer, McKenna went on to say phase 2 means that more people with high-risk health conditions and their caregivers will be eligible for vaccination, along with workers who cannot work from home, such as elementary school staff and high-risk critical retail workers, she stated. So like we said, these people need to get vaccinated ASAP.
Well, more local residents are being put on the eligibility list for COVID-19 vaccine, and 60-year-olds upwards born on before 1961 can book now for an appointment or vaccine. Appointments available in April still, and can be made through Halton's online booking system at halton.ca/COVID vaccines. Those who need assistance if you have a problem getting out to get vaccinated,
Right.
call 311 and they'll arrange some active van or an easy taxi to pick you up. Now, 55 years old, people my age, we're been told go to Loblaws. What was that? You used to be a paranormal
got crickets in the
presenter.
walls,
you
man.
didn't bring any in your home, did you?
I always do.
Why did that
Always
thing
do.
move?
So much
That
fun.
cup,
Carries them with it.
that cup just moved by itself.
Yeah.
Okay, on live camera here.
I
You
do
think
live
it's-
in a
I'm looking-
130-year-old century home. Keep
Wow.
that in mind.
those 55 years, those 55 years of age and over, go to Young's Pharmacy in Georgetown and get vaccinated there. And now I'm not sure if we phone Young's directly or we do it through 311. I think we have to do it through 311. don't we?
I don't know either, but I
I
mean,
think-
yes, 311.
I would-
Young's would be overwhelmed.
Yeah, I'd be. They're already being overwhelmed, I'm
Yeah.
sure,
Well, I'm
right?
sure,
so,
but-
yeah, I'd just go to 311 just to be safe,
And
you
they're
get
correct.
because you get all that information from them, I guess. Bang on. So
Yeah, exactly.
They'll direct you where you got to go anyways. So.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. This story we had on the station this week: a 27-year-old Georgetown male being treated in hospital after a mental health episode that occurred on Tuesday night. Police responded to the apartment of the male location on Main Street roughly around 12:30 in the morning, where they found a man who was in his own crisis. The incident took roughly 4 hours to wrap everything up, with the man taken safely into custody with no injuries. And this is becoming a big issue. We talked about this just before we went on air. And if you're in need of emotional support, and there's so many people right now, and even if you're not and you're having a hard time reaching out, or if you're a family member and you see somebody that's really struggling, you really need to call people and get some help. You can
Yeah,
call.
They won't always ask. And that's
Exactly.
The thing. You don't even know all the time. It could just happen, but
You know,
watch for the
but
signs.
but watch for those signs, and we're just seeing so much of it with this.
Well, it's even
COVID.
worse with COVID. I mean,
Exactly.
this is normal stuff that goes on every day
Every
anyway.
day.
But with COVID, it just intensifies it by 10.
and it's
Absolutely.
multiplied now.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
numbers are incredibly high.
And
You
More
can,
so than
you can
normal.
call the Halton Distress Center at 905-877-1211, and you can also call 311 as well, but they're a bit overwhelmed with dealing with COVID. So that number again is 905-877-1211, and yeah, it's becoming a pandemic on its own, I think.
that and drugs.
Yeah,
Drug overdoses.
You know, the police talking about even domestic disturbances going through the roof, and
Yeah.
you know,
well,
we're
everybody's
just-
trapped in the same place. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, it's
over
unfortunate,
and
but
over.
again, you need help. Please, please, please get some help and call. It is not.
Nothing wrong with it.
No, it's
Don't be ashamed of it. A
no,
lot of
it's the-
people are, you know.
yeah.
A lot of
Well,
people
that's the
are
thing that
ashamed to say that they have problems like that.
Yeah.
That's just as much a disease as any other.
Absolutely.
And you go and you get fixed.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Right.
don't suffer any longer. Go and do it now. Make the call. Please. I'm telling you. All right. Halton Public Health has reported about a new case of the coronavirus at a Shoppers Drug Mart here in Halton Hills.
The Acton location.
Yes,
actually, yes.
yes. Parent
Yes.
company Loblaw posted on Wednesday about a positive case at the Shoppers location on Queen Street in Acton. The employee last worked back on April 3rd, according to the information available. And as we say always, it's going to happen to every business. It's
Oh, yeah.
happened to.
Oh, yeah.
It's their
glanced at
turn.
email.
Again, we don't judge on this stuff. We're
Absolutely
just reporting
not.
the news. That's all we're doing.
That's
is
right,
reporting.
and you know it's happened at McDonald's,
Sure.
at the schools, at
Well, the schools just had
and
an announcement, an email that I saw today out of GDHS. I glanced it, so I don't know exactly the particulars, but my understanding is there's now another case at the high school. And I
another
know
one
there's
at
another
the
one in
Georgetown
school, too.
District High School.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't hear about that one.
Well,
but,
because I just got the email
yes.
today.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and
So-
it came because like,
Well, this is it.
Student
They're cropping up in any. They can happen anywhere. So you know, it's again, we're just reporting the news. We're not judging anybody or anything at that length. So,
Hey, what's going on, man?
well,
What's happening, man?
this is just you know, a nice finally turn of events. It took Halton Hills to kind of get on board with getting cannabis stores in this area. There are 4 applications for cannabis stores located on Guelph Street in Georgetown. the latest applicant on the Alcohol and Gaming Commission of Ontario internet site as 348 Guelph Street will be situated at, of course, 348 Guelph Street, less than 250 meters from Grand Cannabis.
Yeah, it's called 348.
Yeah. The first retailer in Halton Hills, which opened earlier this year, our buddies over at Grand Cannabis.
Yeah.
With 3 stores given the green light to open in Halton Hills, 5 more stores are still waiting for approval from the AGCO to open. They're Tokyo Smoke at 369 Mountain View Road South, Butters, and that's in Acton at 372 Queen, Cannabis at 232 Guelph, and Spirit Leaf at 280 Guelph Street. And yeah, so still some more cannabis stores going to open up in the Halton Hills area for people that need that medicinal, you know.
Yeah, we're going to be flooded with pot locations.
It's going to be just a boom, boom. Hey, the edibles have become really big with a lot of people because people that didn't smoke weed and kind of were like, oh, weed's the devil, are now eating these gummy bears and these edibles and stuff.
By the way, if there are
this is a miracle drug.
If there are any youngsters out there who haven't seen Reefer Madness, do yourself a favor and go and waste an hour and a half of your time and look at the way they used to look at weed back in the old days.
Well,
that's an old movie from the 30s and 40s.
Us, Russ.
I know, but I want the kids to understand.
I think that
the younger people, not just the kids, people that probably don't know anything about Reefer Madness, get the movie and discover how much in the dark we used to be about stuff. And it really is, for pot smokers, quite the smiley movie, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Hey, come on, don't you talk to me like that. After smoking one of those things. How dare you?
Don't touch the stuff, man.
All right. Thursday, April the 22nd.
That stopped him for a second. He had to think about that.
I remember people used to set fire to my newscast, but that one's got it beat.
Yeah.
All right, how to throw off Big Daddy. Just say something like that. Thursday, April 22nd marks the 51st anniversary of Earth Day.
Yes,
that's right.
right.
Now, this year, the town's annual celebrations continue to look a little different due to COVID-19. And while we can't get together and we can't gather, there are plenty of ways we can celebrate together while apart.
Yeah.
That was very well written there. I'm going to read that again. There are plenty of ways we can celebrate together while apart. Anything the town puts out has that strange little angle on it.
A little twist.
You know, who writes their stuff?
Yeah, it's positive.
It's ingenious.
Right?
It's ingenious, yes. There are many ways we can recognize Earth Week and the importance of preserving Halton Hills' natural assets, said Mayor Rick Panett. I encourage everyone to visit the town's website, learn about our many programs and initiatives to reduce our community carbon footprint and address climate change.
I know there's a bunch of people right now looking, you know, you see them along the side of the credit down there with bags and cleaning up, and it's great to see, but it's so sad to see the littering still an issue.
Have you seen the Tim Hortons? I just went to the one today to get our stuff.
I don't get it, man.
And you know what? I'm looking at it, okay, so if you don't have a spot in your console, because I'm trying to think positively for them, that they don't have a spot in their console because they haven't emptied it out. But then people, put a bag in your car
Exactly.
so you can throw the empty cup in there. I couldn't believe how much littering is still going on through that drive-through. The cups were everywhere.
It's scary.
Yeah,
so
it's bad.
Oh, you're done with your story.
I'm done, baby.
All right. Well, here you want a story?
No.
He has his own.
You're not getting half the money in this.
Money? Who said anything about
Whoa,
that?
We'll talk later, okay?
Yeah. We gotta have a little discussion here, buddy.
A new idea by the Halton Hills Public Library encourages readers everywhere to diversify their reading. And it's always important to read. The library is inviting local residents to join in with Read Woke, a year-long diverse and educational reading program targeting equity, diversity, and also inclusion. And for many diverse books, both read and document that are read and documented, and Beanstack, the HHPL's reading and tracking app, patrons will receive a badge towards their ultimate badges.
We
don't need no stinking badges. Anyway, you're gonna get one.
I want one on a sash.
So there you go. You'll get one anyway. So there, towards their ultimate goal. Readers can pick up from 12 categories by simply using the recommended reading lists on Beanstack from the website itself, from the library. And he's left me with all the stories. I'm going to carry on because we've only got a little bit of time left.
We're almost out.
All right.
Couple minutes.
Halton District School Board flagging COVID-19 case, Georgetown South School earlier this week. That was on Tuesday at Ethel Gardner Public School.
Right.
And of course, thank you so much for leaving me with this story to end on. Since back in 2019, the town of Halton Hills has taken in a number of reports of cremated remains being scattered in and around the Credit River.
Yep, I've heard of
This
it.
has become a major problem. And, also there have been complaints that have been made of cremated remains and other objects being placed in the river at McNabb Park. Now, up to now, the
other
town...
things? Are they talking like
wow.
real, like whole bodies?
No,
that haven't
no,
been
I don't think
cremated
so.
yet?
No, they keep that in the GTA.
Oh, okay.
Up to now, the town has installed signage at McNabb Park in both English and Hindi to provide park users with information on the impacts of activities, though not exactly forbidding them. So they're not forbidding them, but they're telling them about
Hey,
it.
please don't do it.
Yes,
Typical Canadian style.
That's right. Please don't do that.
Yeah.
Trail cameras have also been put into place to monitor the activity down there. And in these places, funeral homes known to direct families to Halton Hills areas as scattering sites have also been contacted. What? All right. At the March 22nd Town of Halton Hills meeting, council voted in favor of taking a stewardship educational approach over prohibiting the practice completely. And scattering of uncremated remains in water ways from town parks is okay, but you can't dump anything in the Credit River or anything, offerings, otherwise. But Halton Parks, I guess.
Do they still consider that dumping a
But I'd like to
body
thank
then,
you for leaving me with that story.
You're more than welcome.
But fairgrounds for me, by the tree and the flag.
We got that ready. We
Fred,
know when it's your
you
time.
know,
We know what we're doing.
Fred,
Fred,
for
Fred.
years I've been going down there feeding Fred, and Fred. And all the squirrels, I name them Fred.
Even the foxes.
Exactly, the foxes are named Fred. So I don't, get them confused with each other.
Well, then they don't think one's more special than the other.
That's right. They're all
All is
Freds.
equal.
They're all Freds. But I get a joy out of watching animals eat. Little pieces of bread or something like squirrel. It just takes you back to reality of, sometimes I go into a shopping mall and see all these people in masks and I just laugh inside and go, what the hell is going on?
Yeah.
And you have to go and you have to get some kind of reality, and that's my reality. Me, the squirrels and
I love
I.
nature.
That's when you head to the cannabis store.
That's right. That's right.
On that note,
Yeah.
if I just want to remind everybody that the I Have Resolve, not-for-profit organization that Lee, you and I did the Gaming for a Cause with,
Right.
with Janine and John. They have coffee for sale now, and
I hear
there's
it's
different.
absolutely outstanding.
It's supposed to be amazing. There's a medium and a dark roast. One's called Inclusion and Fusion, which is the medium. The other is Jason's Blend. So by all means, again, it's a not-for-profit. One of the things they are currently supporting, Janine has let me know, is Dreams Come True Music Studio. And they are currently performing online and celebrating all abilities.
Right on.
So if you like coffee, we do have the post up on our pages. If you could, by all means, order from them.
Yeah.
It's all not-for-profit. It's going towards
And
many
really
different good causes.
For a good like a good decent coffee, their prices are actually very good. Actually,
It's a pound bag.
Yeah,
It's
like-
not like it's a small
No, exactly.
specialty. It's
Yeah,
a pound.
it's
And
a-
actually, there's actually a company in Niagara called Willow Cakes and Pastries that are now carrying it for them and selling
right
it as
on.
well.
Oh, that's
so
cool. Sweet.
Please do
yeah.
do what you can, and if you like coffee, try it out.
Yeah,
And
check it out.
our local artist this weekend on Saturday night between 6 and 7 is The Compound.
Oh, right
A
on.
local band from a few years ago.
Cool.
And we have a couple of tracks from them on the radio side of things. We're brought to you by Max Tires Auto Repairs. We have licensed mechanics. The best deals on tires in Southern Ontario. And don't you forget it.
You didn't say the number yet.
It's 905-873-9255.
Switching it
And
up.
don't you forget it.
Max Tires.
Yes. This week's show brought to you by, as we are always doing, restaurants right now. They're the ones that are really getting impacted. Don't use skip the dishes if you don't have to. Let the restaurant make as much money as they can. This week's restaurant is our good friends at the Red Harp at 137 Mill Street in Acton. You can give them a call at 519-853-4147. Sam and the crew over there willing to make you, and you can take it away and take it home and enjoy a nice meal out in this beautiful weather we've been actually getting this time of the year.
And hello to JV Clothing, where I got this and I got this.
And thank you for your little shout out to us there, Gavin, from Symposium. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it made me cry. It
It.
made me cry.
Yeah.
Gavin's my buddy, but
It
we
is.
have
It
so
was
much
beautiful.
fun with the Symposium.
Oh, we
and
did.
so much because we're fun folks. Wait till we get our lumber jackets on, and then you'll really see how
it
much
gives
fun
me a
it
break
really
from cooking too.
That's right.
Take off, eh? So once again, the Red Harp, 137 Mill Street, 519-853-4147. Sam, the crew, keep up your good work.
Hi, Sam, how are ya?
And everybody, be safe out there. Thank you for watching. We love all of our viewers out there and tuning in. And have yourself a beautiful, beautiful weekend.
Now, let me get my Burt Lancaster read here. Hold on a second. Community is... No, that's Gary Owens.
I was
the guy
Gary
from,
Owens. I was going to say
Yeah.
Burt
Yeah.
Lancaster.
No, but Bert used to... Well, never
Take
mind.
two.
That's another story. Come on, Russ, hurry up, shut up, and because we're wrapping up. Community is driven by community. You navigate.
We drive.
Bang on, baby. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and catch our video next week.
Be safe.